Hi everyone, I am Shauna Schultz and I am a registered dietitian and nutrition educator with Nevada County Public Health and CalFresh Healthy Living. And I thought it would be fun today to show you a creative way to use some of the produce around your house that maybe is on its way out or it's overripe. And so what I will be making is a no-cook chocolate pudding, and the chocolate pudding uses ripe avocados and ripe bananas. So it's a different take, kind of a healthy spin on a chocolate pudding. So it might also satisfy some kind of a sweet tooth that you're having. And it's good to find creative ways to use your produce that's on the way out because you're still getting the nutrition from that produce, and of course that's budget friendly, and that's very important right now with what we're experiencing. So what we'll be using today are 2 ripe avocados, and you can see I already cut mine in half here, and then this one is even a little more ripe. So we have 2 avocados. I have 1 overripe banana. So we'll see what this looks like inside, but you can see it's very, very ripe. So who says we need to make banana bread when we can make chocolate pudding? All right, we'll be using a little bit of maple syrup. The recipe that I'm using is from the eatfresh.org website, and I will link to that in the description for this video. In the recipe, it calls for honey as a sweetener. I don't have honey on hand, but I do have maple syrup, so that's what I'll be using. So any kind of liquid sweetener, whether it's agave, honey, maple syrup, would all work great. We'll be using a little bit of milk. I happen to have almond milk on hand, so that's what I'll be using, but use whatever kind of milk or non-dairy alternative that you have in the house. And then we'll be using some cocoa powder and a little vanilla, and that's it. So this comes together very, very quickly. So I'm just going to put everything into the food processor, and then we're going to blend it until it's creamy, and then we'll give it a taste. You can also use a blender at home. That's just fine as well. So let's start by scooping our avocados into the food processor. And if you find that it's kind of gunky towards the bottom, then you can just leave that out of the picture. All right, so let's get this avocado in there. So that's the first avocado. Now put in our second avocado and put that in there. Avocados have healthy fats, and they also have vitamins like folate, vitamin E, vitamin K. There's some fiber in there, so really, really healthy. All right, let's see what our banana looks like inside, and we'll throw that into the food processor. Looks pretty good. Now, overripe bananas are also great just to peel and keep in the freezer. You can cut them into smaller pieces and add them to smoothies. They really lend a great sweetness, and they make your smoothie really creamy. All right, so here I have maple syrup. We're putting in 2 tablespoons. Put that in there. I have about a 1/4 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk because that's what I had on hand. Throw that in. We're going to put in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'll put that in there. And then our last ingredient is the cocoa powder. This is an unsweetened cocoa powder. So on its own, it's not sweet at all. So the banana and the maple syrup will take care of some of the sweetness in our pudding. So let's get that into our food processor. And there we go. All right, so now let's blend this up until it's nice and creamy. It should just take a minute or 2. You might need to stop and push down the sides. I'm going to check on it in a little bit and see if we need to do that. You can already, if you were to look at this, You wouldn't even know there was avocado in there. It looks kind of exactly like a pudding or a cake batter. So I'm just going to let it run just a little bit more until it's nice and smooth and creamy. All right, that ought to do it. See how easy that is? I mean, this came together in about 5 minutes. You might be able to do it even quicker at home. So now the best part is we get to taste this. If you have time, I would recommend putting this in the refrigerator to chill for about 20 minutes and let those flavors really come together. But of course, if you can't wait and you want something sweet right away and you want to indulge in a healthy way, then eat it right away. It's totally fine to do that. So I actually have my daughter here, and she is going to taste test our creation here. This is Ashlyn. Say hi, Ashlyn. Hi. And we're going to see what she thinks. She's a pretty good food critic. So, all right, Ashlyn, give it a taste.
It does look like pudding. Feels like it too.
What do you think?
I can taste the bananas in there.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the chocolate flavor.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would taste better cold.
Yeah.
But it tastes nice.
Wonderful. Seems like she likes it. So I would call that a win-win. So hopefully you'll be able to try this at home. Please look in the description. The link to the recipe will be there. And hopefully I'll see you in the future for some more quick and easy videos that maybe inspire you to create some fun, healthy dishes. All right, that's it for now. Thank you.